9. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
You may have heard the term find the right line, but for these drivers today, they're not looking to find just a line. They're looking to hit the right chords. Nashville Superspeedway now hosts the GOAT Racing League Truck Series here on PTM Racing TV. And it's about to kick off in all big fashion as can be. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Shar, joining you guys here today in Lebanon, Tennessee, as we're getting ready for GOAT Racing League Truck Series action. We are going to reel them off into the track here and set them down in the field as they are gritting order for their start. On the pole, once more, Cade McClenny in the 05 will start him off the gun. His outside Samuel Harrell will be in the 43. Row number 2 is going to be Kerry Moore there, and the number 84 is outside. That will be Chad Adams piloting the 54. Row number 3 is Christoph Hall, and the 98 is outside. And the 23, that'll be Charles Van Schaik. Row number 4 is Bud Shearer, and the 93 that's outside. The 24 is Cody Sturgill. Row number 5 is Doug Ezell, and the 67 is outside. And the 18, Philip Schmitz. Row number 6 is the 2 of Ricky Udding, is outside. And the 12, Michael H. Aldrich. Row number 7 will be Aaron Jackson, and the 12 is outside. And the number 8, Maurice Burnett. Row number 8 is Nathan Bogart, and the 5 is outside. And the 31, that is David Scott. Row number 9 is going to be Justin Reynolds, and the 94, the outside. And the 13, Clayton A. Johnson. Row number 10 is Mark Rodingen, and the 76 is outside. And the 3, that will be Keith Prince. Row number 11 is going to be Ryan D. Cook, and the 10 is outside. And the 42, Gregory Everett. Final starters, Brandon Burkhardt in the 83, the outside, Jeff Ramsdell in the 87, with Anthony Zirkle and Daxton Stokes rounding out the field. Zirkle in the 4, the 15 will be Daxton Stokes. Feel ready to rage them on down to the track here on live here on PTM Racing TV right now here on the showcase. If you guys are just tuning in right now, come on board, come on down and listen in as we get ready for this one. Green flag high in the air. We're off and running to start the madness here. The skies cloud away. The sun is fading off. It's race time here on PTM Racing TV. They're going to march their way on around the first set of corners here, and already they're going to push a few limits and push a few guns around here, trying to make the best of their due. No driver is safe out of the gate here. They're going to make their way around the track, and we have got an opposition up ahead. Charles Van Schaik kind of getting trapped around in the pack there. The rest of the field kind of marching their way in. You see a little bit of movement coming from the number 3 camp. Keith Prince trying to make some moves off in the distance. Kind of trapped in between the number 2. That is actually Ricky Udding right now, holding onto the bottom lane is the 18. But above him, Philip Schmitz trying to keep the Interstate Battery's hopes and dreams alive and well here. Such a diverse and strong lineup here today, ready to come out and fight for what they've got and what they're worth. It's no surprising. We're seeing all that and then some already thrown on display. Remember, we got 90 laps of the distance here too, so this could be a bit of a challenge for some of these drivers to kind of keep their cool, keep themselves under pressure. But to see how it gets later into the race when things start to really shred apart. Kate McClenny and Kerry Moore already separating out by about a half a second here. Maurice Burnett, though, kind of dealing with traffic behind from the 31 of David Pencil Scott. And the 4 of Anthony Zirkle already making his way through the chains. Don Barkhammer here with Doug Azell right now as we watch the WTF Racing 67 Ford F-150 trying to clamber down and deal with the speed of the number 2 of Ricky Udding. Udding in the Pepsi Cola Tundra right now, making some drives off in the distance here, taking one shot into the dark of the 24. Cody Sturgill not too keen on that one, tries to defend him off, but sure follows in suit. Every driver for their position, every driver trying to maintain grip on this not asphalt but concrete mile and a third track. Yeah, you heard me right. This isn't asphalt. This is a whole concrete layout like you would see at Bristol Motor Speedway. What exactly does that mean? It's slick, it can be tight, it can be tough to handle, and it's very tough to master. Only the best can get a grip around this place. And then we always talk about how hard it is just even trying to make runs, make some opportunities, stick when you need to, and make your chances when you can. Well, right now, Kerry Moore in the number 84 looking to do that, and then some against Kate McClenny. Remember, McClenny has been an absolute unit and a powerhouse on the Cup Series division. He's looking to continue that in the Trucks division as well. The highest I-rater in this lobby right now, and currently in this session, trying to prove a point and show the boys how it's done again. But Samuel Horrell on the 43, remember last time as well, he had put up a great showing here on PTM Racing TV, managing to stick it out in terms of a long-term run and a long-term game plan. Just fell short by a slim margin of error, could not quite get it back from there. The number 23, Charles Van Slyke, though, in the Roush Ford F-150 SpongeBob designed up scheme, looking to try to take it up to the STP designed up Christoph Halls. We go on board with old Christoph. A hodgepodge of drivers right now just making their way through traffic, making their way through the bankings and through the corners right now, trying to outmaneuver and outsmart the other. Air in action. Jackson, the number 12 right now, having a little bit of a time with that 5 behind him, and Nathan Bogart. Bogart looking to maybe close the gap on him and maybe trying to give him a little bit of something to think about as he's rocking a very designed up scheme appropriate for this place. That is gotta be literally a Jackson music style on that scheme today. I can see the guitar, I can see that electric guitar just shredding around and ramping it around the track the same way he's doing at the moment. Very awesome looking scheme, very cool to see here. Doug Azell, the 67, down to the bottom now, trying to make a bit of a run there right up to the 24. Cody Sturgill. Sturgill, remember, he qualified in the 8th spot. He's fallen 3 spots down, trying not to put the Hobbit any further down in this one. The 67 WTF Racing Ford F-150 camp, though, not giving up to those Chevys and not giving in to those Toyotas. Some great battle and dishing back and forth here between our roster and between our fields here. Samuel Horrell going deal out with the 23 of Charles Van Slyke. And Slyke right now has got a good little lean off, good bit of turning into projects of the turns. Christoph Hall trying to hold him back down there, but here comes the 23. Making a great corner, but he couldn't get a good strong exit. Opens the door slightly for the 43 to maintain the grip. Chad Adams right now just kind of trying to hang on there with the rest of the front runners here with Kerry Moore and Kate McClenny. Both guys separated out by a good error here. You can see Kerry has not given up that easily, nor will they. Cape's going to be a tough act to follow, though. Again, McClenny has been known to just kind of take the reign of the Supreme Court in his hands and just take full control of these drivers' styles and racing backgrounds and take it from that end to the other end in a matter of instance. Getting a good look at our onboard cameras here as well. As you see right now, the driver out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, Ricky Udding, trying to make a move off there to Christoph Hall, Samuel Harrell, and Charles Van Schuyck. Schuyck getting a good push off. He moves into fourth. He's 2 spots up. Samuel Harrell 3 spots down, 4 spots down. Christoph Hall back where he qualified in the STP 98, looking to not start there. But he'll get slowed down just for a slight minute here as Harrell does a nice crossover back on him. Meanwhile, back into the field, here we go. Doug Gazelle now going up against Nathan Bogart. Bogart able to get around him as Sturgill now feels the pressure from the 5 cam. There's a lot of action to try to call. There's a lot of action just going on from here and there. It's like literally one end of the track to the other. This is one thing we absolutely love. It gets very exciting here. Is when you try to just see who can outsmart the other and who's going to be able to jump the gun ahead earlier than just Michael H. Aldridge. Good pass coming on the Reese's number 40 Tundra. Trying to make it work down into the trackside here. Sold out crowd, over 50,000 in attendance here at Nashville. Fans piloting this place and making sure they made their voices heard. They love what they see. Brandon Burkhardt here qualifying back in the pack here, 23rd, but he has made a great charge up to the front. 6 spots up for him, not the hard charger though. That honor belongs to Justin Reynolds on the 94. He started 17th, he's currently in 9th, 8 spots up, trying to go for more. But this is a good showing here from these guys and a good showing from the crews. As you can see already, the right front tire already taking some leeway and threshold pain from the 67. Doug Ezell knows he might have made a mistake early here. He can't be giving up too much time like that. And burning that right front up means it's going to be extremely hard to just steer into a turn, much less try to get the corner off. Brandon Burkhardt looking to exploit it. Looking to exploit it. Meanwhile, while he tries to do that, here comes the number 13, Clayton A. Johnson. Almost kind of like a clay thing. He just kind of snuck his way in there and hit one scene, kind of molded to the track. And the Fanatec 13 Toyota Tundra right now doing a great job making Burkhardt think about it just a little bit. The fast lane 83 needs to start tripping it in a little bit. Meanwhile, up ahead as well, Keith Prince and looks like Michael H. Aldridge. They go to war now. You got so many battles going on from the top half to the bottom half right at the moment here. It's really the top half, McClenny, Moore, and Adams, they're just strategizing above all else. They've got their run out of the gate. Now they're just trying to make sure they stay away from getting thrown in the pack. These 550 horsepower Packers trucks, I'll tell you right now, they are an absolute unit and a handful when it comes to trying to make a pass after so long. Slingshot maneuvering is one thing, but it's a bit more difficult when you're stuck in a pack and you're dealing with dirty air. The truck not able to get too much speed and momentum, and everything else kind of slowing down in its favor. Caution flag is out as well here, race fans. Caution is down on the track. So our first caution of the day here, and I believe that may be a stage break. I did not see any driver spin or cracked out here, so it looks like it'll be a stage off. Cade McClenny out of the gate, the 05 Toyota Tundra driver. Man, he is looking rock solid out there. Not giving an inch to anybody and absolutely making sure he hits the loud pedal when he has to. Great performance to start off with. Now, ultimately, this now brings to the point of mind, when will the pit stops be made? see who makes the jump out of pit road. We'll see if we get a camera down there too. We're going to try to hurry up, and Clenny gets out first. Moore, Adam, Shike will get out on their own there, so that will be how we set everyone back into position. So it looks like Shike actually able to get ahead out of the bunch and out of the field there, managing to take now over to the third spot. Adams will go into the second place as well. Kerry Moore has got a problem down there in the 84. I think he may have alluded to a problem at pit road, and I think now that is costing him there. Yeah, he had a problem. Looks like he's going to go to the tail end of the line. Looks like he was trying to race out, and unfortunately he outraced himself more than anything. Caution lights are off on the pace truck. These drivers are ready to get back to it. Now, with that said though, do they try to learn what McClenny did there in stage number 1? Do they go for a huge runoff, or do they go for positions on him? McClenny set the bar high, set the standard up. Now the opposition comes head to head, face to face here off of turn number 4 to the green flag starting zone. We go. Go Racing League, back at it. Adam sticking to the top side. Shike right now trying to get around him on the inside run. The X on 54 going to have company there. Bruin, Justin Reynolds now hard charging away. He's got a solid lineup kicking in gear. Everybody behind right now trying to master through the corners, trying to dish out some extra speeds and punishment to the track as well as the rest of the field. Those that got kind of caught off guard from pit road suffer now through the consequences. But here, there is one of them as he is currently in a mix-up and a fight right around the track as they go head-to-head on the course and onto the gate. Kicking it around, Aaron Action Jackson right now, trying to deal with 3 drivers behind him. Prince Johnson, and now in Christoph Hall. 3 wide salute down the back half here. A big jump from the corner. Christoph, a very huge move from them as they move the way to the chains. Everybody else, crisscross applesauce, step a little bit, but Shearer, a little bit of problems, gets sent back into the back. Roddy Chris is saying, got some good racing so far. Yeah, it has been indeed. Brandon Burkhardt now a little problem in the E3, slows down off the pace. Everybody else maneuvering around him. And look at this. Harrell wants another shot at McClenny. He learned his lesson. McClenny to the top, trying to hold him down. Not to be. New leader, the 43, Samuel Harrell. And Ricky Utting, by the way, has made a full-on comeback trail. You could say he came from the trail of despair to make his way back to the front. He's traveled from the outhouse to get back up into the White House right now. 8 spots now, looking at 9. McClenny backing off in the corners here. Is he struggling to get the truck to stabilize down with these guys battling him so hard? That remains to be unknown. He may have used up all of his truck out of the first stage, and now he's trying to save up what he can for the second half. His first half, though, looks like he's just trying to keep a close eye on things. 3 wide, salute, and turn number 1 down, turn number 2. Christoph Hall hanging on as the 23 of Shite comes for him. Bogart, though, was the man with the power in the hour to try to work the hourglass in and maybe make it his time for this one. Either way, there are some tip-top shaping moves here from these guys, continuing to manage the gas and manage the track out. Pretty impressive stuff. Harrell was able to make the move early. Now he's got company of his own. Ricky Udding looking to put the Pepsi-Cola number 2 Tundra ahead of the Silverado. Here it comes down to the bottom. Slingshot trying to put it in. Focus factor 43. You've got company. Drag race right off the line. That was a dead heat to the line. That was about 6,000ths of a second separating that one. Udding was able to get the advantage. And now he's got more than just advantage. He's got a full-on run ahead. New leader, Ricky Udding. Play Nate Johnson, 13 Fanatec Machine, also making a bit of a comeback trail here, working his way to the field, trying to make it to the pounding outhouse. What does that say on the back? Does that say hashtag catch these hands? Somebody's been playing way too much to WWE as of late. Either someone's going to get these hands or someone's going to catch these hands. Either way, I think Johnson may be trying to give him the Braun Strowman treatment down there. Chad Adams parking up on the outside. The Exxon 54 has company coming through. 3 wide, salute down the front straightaway. Sent to the bottom of the line. Goes the 24. Stardust trying not to upset the truck here while at the same time dealing with company behind. He's going to get a toe tap from the 93, but Shearer has had enough waiting around. He got sent back in earlier. Now he's the one packing him. Wild executions and wild moves to be had, and for sure Lee made out. It looks like out of the gate, if you can get a good start, that's going to help your cause for quite a while and quite a long ways. Back on board here with Aldridge right now. Currently is the number 3 of Keith Prince. Puts the short. Oh, no! Oh! A huge in the corner for the 40 and the 3. Both drivers colliding down on the edge of the turn. They'll stay green. And Prince right now, I gotta believe, probably not too thrilled about that little nugget there. Looked like he might have found himself in a bit of a bad spot and a bit of a bad shot there in the dark. Couldn't quite get out of it. We'll take a look at the PTM Instant replay here from another angle. Presented by GOAT Racing League. Here is your instant replay. Watch the 40. Comes up. Saw an opening. Sherman Williams, though. Keith Prince gets collided in, and that rear end lifts off the ground. Puts up like a dragster, but he's able to actually drive off and hang on. A good drive into the ends there for both drivers. Back to the live feed we go here. We are still green right at the moment. 36 in, comes the 90 completed. And you can see already a bit of a change up. A wind down in position. Gabe McClenny 3.5 seconds back. He's caught up in traffic zone and dirty airflow. Ricky Udding, Samuel Harrell, and Christoph Hall making some great progress right now into this distance. Nathan Bogart, same for him. He's actually hard charging it, 11 up right now for the number 5. But if you really must know who our hard charger is, it's probably a guy you don't even think of. Yet, that Rainbow Warrior scheme should look awfully familiar. Jeff Ramsdell, 15 spots, qualified 26. He is currently 9th right now, the hard charger of the night. And despite that damage on the right side looming in, he does not seem to be phased nor incoherent to what he is up against. The 13 Clayton A. Johnson trying to move the Fanatec Tundra back up to us. We go on board with the DuPont, number 97. Pass on to the inside. Now looking for an opening, but again, the outside line has a slight advantage. Exit off of 4 of turn 2. Not the same story. Oh, trouble! Trouble off the front! And there's even more problems. Caution now, Bud Shearer goes for a ride. And the 93, our lone Canadian driver today, unfortunately, has the RBS machine sent back into the back. He goes to the outhouse after a little toe tap. I believe that was from Chad Adams in the 54. We'll take another look at it. Came off corner 4, and you can see the Exxon 54 has to come down slightly, but did not intend for the 93. And away she goes. Takes a little bit of a ride off into that corner and a little bit of a bad omen, if you will, for what he was not expecting. Let's go to the onboard camera, though, Chad Adams. Watch this replay. Pay close attention. See how he knows he's close. Now he has to go up to the top. There's a little bit of an embankment up there, but you see actually Shearer slightly drove up too as he was trying to get around it. Wow. So a bit of a wild little get around, a bit of a goose chase, if you will, for everybody to have to work into and try to figure out as their stage is closing in on them. Pit stops made of plenty and made a few. So lap number 40 was the initial pit stops here for the 24, the 83, the 10, the 12, the 3 now actually going in very late. The 93, the 8, and the 76 all have entered into pit road on lap number 40. Everybody else stayed out from lap number 22. Your race leader is Ricky Udding in the number 2. It is outside of that 43. Samuel Harrell took him home second already. Had quite a few podiums already this season, looking to try to make more of them. But he needs to continue to stockpile up and keep under control with the change in the weather, the change in the time zones, while at the same time looking to bring it all on the line here. Off the distance zone, back to our green flag restart area. We're back out of here. A little bit of a pump and draft off there. Caven Clay, oh, gets into it a little bit. Christoph All and Samuel Harrell also trying to get out of that mess, and a huge little hit and run as the field will slowly come back to a rest here. Caution is back on out. Well, to be honest, I'm not really sure what exactly went wrong there or what went down when it happened. It looked like the 98 might have came down a little bit, or came up a little bit, excuse me, as the 43 came down a bit too. Let's take a look. Oh, he got trapped there. Yeah, Hall had nowhere to go. McKinney got trapped him. And as it came around that corner, you see the caution came out right away as they were trying to get him squared back up into the pairs, but did not, unfortunately, go in the favor for the 43. Now everybody has the pit road. And they are already out of pit road and already ready to get onto the track line here. Pit stops made of many now here on lap number 44. Whoa. Yeah, things are getting kind of stockpiled up, and again, those that not going to pit road, they end up using it against everybody. Keith Prince was again the only later driver that was on lap 41. But everybody else pretty much on 44, so those that are up ahead, yeah, you may want to find a way to put the pedal to the metal here just to stay away from those guys behind you. Just saying. Halfway done, though. So here we go, reeling them down across the plains to the green flag restart zone once again. This could get interesting. Butcher in the 93 gonna go working his way onto Cody Sturgill in the 24. Sturgill able to maintain the distance and grip him off. Down on the back half though, it is now the 10 of Ryan D. Cook. Starting to burst to the speed. Shearer going close to the Align Outdoors 10. Ryan D. Cook managing to avoid him that time, but that could have been a dangerous spot to be thrown into if he wasn't careful. Trouble down there, looks like there is major problems. Oh, there's big problems. We got caution now. Caution, back out. We got a driver on his lid here. Daxton Stokes wrecked out Ryan D. Cook in the 10. From our hero to the 0, unfortunately, and sent back into the pack again. Another driver falls victim to the restart. Let's take a look at the replay. I don't know where it even happened here. Well, it looks like this came off of turn 4. Yep, look at him come down, and Burkhart was not lifting. Got trapped and was hoping for the spotter to help him out. A smack there from the 3. Oh my, Daxton. Oh my word. Daxton Stokes went for a wild little ride there. Keith Prince also taking a bit of the impact there. We'll take a look at Daxton Stokes onboard camera here as that wreck had happened. Here's another look at it. See, he was trying to figure out where traffic was, and then he realized he was trapped. And the motor, as you can hear, kind of went bye-bye. Completely shredded out the entire system and the fuel housing, and now he's going to have to try to work his way around and back into position here as we come from our caution flag. Drivers currently dealing with each other's game plans and strategies, but also dealing with each other's nonsense off the starts here. That's one of the crazy things about racing, man, is these restarts, they can make or break your night, and they can also make or break you if you're not careful. Ryan Cook said my spotter told me I was clear, but I was absolutely not. Well, Ryan, I think you might need a new spotter there, buddy. That is a word he just told us down here on the call. Staying down in the truck right now, trying to make sure that everyone's aware he is not trying to get himself into any issues. He's trying to survive the issues at hand. Ryan agreeing. Brian, I think it might be time to put that cell phone down. You can fire a spotter after the race. Time to get back to it here. Off of corner number 4. Back to the green flag restart zone. We bring the field back to life. Let the music flow at Nashville. The roar of the big beasts have come out. The truck series are out and about, and Ramsdale right now also getting kind of knocked and down a little bit. The 97 getting punched back a little. Here comes the back in the middle. Here's a huge run for the top 10. And remember, these guys are right now on lead lap tires. They're trying to get on the set here. Caution out again. Ramsdale wrecking it. We've got a big pile up in turn 3 and 4. Charles Van Schaik, Jeff Ramsdale, Kerry Moore, and Philip Schmitz all invading and unfortunately ending up on the worst end that you could possibly end up at. A huge wreck ensuing here. And we're going to the PTM replay immediately. We need to look at this one. Something gone wrong there between the 97 and the 84 entering into turn number 3. Looked like Kerry was trying to avoid Ramsdale. Got him a little bit. You can see that smack in the wall, bends in the fender, but for more, well, let's just say it was even worse than that. Huge hit and huge shot thrown into the dark. Unfortunately, nowhere to go and really everywhere to avoid. One look at it from our 23's onboard camera. This is Charles Van Schaik's onboard camera here. Watch this. This is what he saw. Just absolute madness and reckoning between these drivers. And again, there's really not a lot you can do once you're put in that position, you're put in that spot. And these guys are very well aware of that. There's the hit. Top right of your screen, top right. There's Schmitz. Oh my goodness. Heaven and pray for them, because at this point there's nowhere to go. So God, the racing gods help them all there. Huge hit there, unfortunately, and getting them all wrecked out and taking quite a few drivers now back to pit road. One instant repair available here on these races, so that will set the guys back in position and set them up for another chance here. So from pit road, Ramsdale right now still trapped there. Gregory Everett, Charles Van Schaik, Daxton Stokes is out. Samuel Harrell is in there currently trying to do damage and repairs. David Pencil Scott is currently the remaining of our bunch. Actually, Ramsdale is actually out now, looks like, so I just have to refrain my breath here. He's actually a couple laps down. The 3 behind him, though. No, 31, excuse me. That is David Pencil. Well, no, that's not David Pencil Scott. Who is that behind him in there? Producers, give me a camera on that one. That's Gregory Everett. Well, that's not a 42, Gregory. I don't wonder why we're getting confused down here in the booth. All right, here we go. Coming back off the corner of turn number 4. This time on by. Back to the restart zone. Can we get these restarts clipped up and taken care of here? We're about to find out. I guess if there's one thing we can say at least about other series right now, IRL, at least it wasn't intentional wrecking that these guys are doing. They're trying to just race as hard as they can for positions. But nevertheless here, opposition favoriting and control of the speeds now at hand. Mark Roden getting here, and the number 76 making a good little fight off here. He's starting to put the big white 76 machine up into the fray. Adds a bit of a chance here as they move their way down in through turn number 1 and 2. Mike H. Aldridge now dealing with the 5 and Ethan Bogart top side. Both guys coming out clean. Chad Adams saw an opening, hesitated from it. And speaking of hesitation, there is no quit or hesitation in that 05 right now. McClenny is a madman on a mission right now. Coming through the ends of the field here. Every driver for themselves as Road again trying to save it. Comes out the corner. Problems down there. Caution's out again. Oh, It's just like that. It's just like I keep saying. I don't want to give these guys the broadcaster curse sometimes, but when you get so in depth in these races, we saw earlier on what these guys were doing on a plate, kind of in a plate track style mentality, which is know your P's and Q's and know your role and watch where you're going. But I think at this point, now it's the track that's starting to change and it's starting to configure up some serious problems. I think some of the moisture from the night air is starting to wane down, and it's getting some of these guys a little bit looser. You saw Chad Adams right there. That was where the caution came from. Chad had gotten trapped on the 3 wide salute, nowhere to go, and unfortunately finds himself on the receiving end of trouble. Look again, there's the clip from the 84 to the 13. There goes the 54, slams the wall. Doesn't appear to damage too much in the spoiler. But I'll tell you one thing, that side is not going to be very good here. One more look at it here from his onboard camera. Good little cork around there and actually able to refire it back up in a pretty remarkable time there considering everything had gone wrong for him and the crew. But nevertheless, a lot of guys heading into pit road right now, and now that's going to set everyone back up a few positions here. Right now, pit road opened up. Bud Shearer is in. Ricky Udding is in there. Samuel Harrell. Charles Van Slyke still in there as well. Field currently looking to settle themselves out. Bud Shearer will be out first. Ricky Udding second. Samuel Harrell will get third out of it. Schmitz as well. That leaves your front runners up in the top half. 61 out of 90 laps completed. Mash that gas up, mash it all down, and let's see what happens next. It's time to bring the GOAT Racing League back to square number one once again. Entering through the corner, number 4 to the front straightaway. Green flag back on out. Sturgill, a huge restart. He knows why. He sees who's behind him, and he knows what he's trying to do. He's trying to get away from him. Burkhardt, by the way, 21 spots to the distance. He's the Hard Charger Award winner recipient now. Tail whip him, tail spin the field in disrepair. Now the field is on a charge and on a mission. No one is safe from this here at the moment. Currently, 98 at Christoph Hall, the STP machine looking up top, course down to the gap. The 8 Gonna park it right behind him there. Maurice Burnett getting trapped. And here comes the rest of the field. Everybody maneuvering around him. But remember last time, and it looks like it's gonna happen again. But look at that cross thread right through the middle. Rooting it with a huge move right into the gap. Oh, he just had a slingshot that one through. He saw an opening, he's like, well, don't mind if I do. And he goes right through between the 40 of Aldridge and Ezel and the 67. He's leaning back in the gap and trying to make his way back to the front. Cody Sturgill, your race leader now at the moment, but Gabe McGlenny, Brandon Burkhart are right on his tail. No mistakes can be made from the 24, and he knows it. He's 4 laps on burnt tires, McGlenny on 4 lap pressures. That could wane his position, make things just a little bit more difficult on when to push the pedal into the metal and when to get the ground clearance that he needs. Fast lane 83 of Burkhart right now, trying to get back up to McGlenny, but right now with those forced fresh lap tires on the 05, that might be enough to hold him down. Sturgill is in trouble. The Hobbit 24 knows McGlenny can be an animal, and he's ready to unleash the beast at him again. That gap is closed from 3 tenths and 4 tenths to just 2 tenths. Here comes the 05. And now all of a sudden just buying his time. He's going to make Sturgill think about this one. As he tried to make the move on fresher tires. Well, the 24 has otherwise. He literally is telling McGlenny, you shall not pass. Well, that might be the case, and it might be a while too. Schmitz with problems. The AT is wrecked out on the front straightaway. No caution though. They remain green. Schmitz taking completely for a ride there, and he is holding it down. McGlenny right now trying to get around Sturgill. Sturgill trying to block him. Defensive action at full course. Meanwhile, behind all of them, you see the battle going on right as well. And that mix-up will try to get a camera down there. Burkhart in the mix with Kerry Moore. And also with the 3 of Keith Prince. Trying to accentuate it down in the drive zone. Trying to make a bit of a fighting comeback here for everyone involved. Sturgill doing a great job blocking McGlenny, but McGlenny is just making this a little bit harder on him, knowing if he just gives him one little bump, one little tap, who knows what happens next. Look at this, McGlenny, he sees an opening, and now the chance is being made. Could we have a new leader? He's going to drag race him off of turn 4. This is the opening. Sturgill has got to get back to the bottom and close McGlenny off. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He's not. McGlenny takes the lead. New leader with just 20 to go. And Kerry Moore right now, the 84, remember earlier on involved in that huge wreck and suing and giving himself many problems to be had. Yeah, he's fighting back, and he's coming back with a vengeance. He's got Jackson in his sights, and he's trying to get the rest of them. He came on lap 53 tire sets that could make the difference for him. He's giving Jackson all she's worth and making him think about it that much more. And he's closing him off pretty quickly. McGlenny is not able to get away from him. Jackson kind of being a bit of a thorn to Moore, blocking him off. Now to the top side. There's the 24. Sturgill has lost all his ground. And he's still trying to get some ground clearance. Almost goes for the crossover on the 12, but blocks the 84 instead. This is exactly what the 05 wants. He wants to see them fighting through the dirty air, fighting through his machinery. And keeping up with the speed and in trouble some spots here. Gregory Everett, little problems entering in pit road, but gets it in there. Now more to the bottom. It is the 84 making the drive back in. Trying to get to Jackson and then to McGlenny if he can. But did he battle too hard? Did he already use up his equipment to get to the front? I think right now that's exactly what the boys are thinking. That's exactly what these guys want to hear. Bogart and Aldrich right now going to deal with each other's game plans and strategies. They are side by side battling in the top 10. Bogart, the top 10 driver. Aldrich looking for that 10th slot. The Reese's number 40 trying to sweeten up the night. Halloween's around the corner and he is trying to play a little trick to give himself a little treat on Bogart. .31 of Everett will come back on the pit road here. He's going to be in the way. The Sun Drop 31 staying out of the mess for these guys. But intentionally also slowing them down to the field. Kerry Moore in major trouble. Almost takes a few guys with him. Here comes the 94 RBS Justin Reynolds. Him and Keith Prince moving the chains, daisy chaining him along now back on the ends, and they are looking to try to make more runs from the draft. If they can get the airflow to increase around the trucks, they may be able to push these things back in a nice position, hold the line down, and hang on for the best here. That's exactly what they're trying to do, and they're hoping for all that they can get here. It's a tough call and a tough battle on their hands, and they are trying to seemingly innocuously big fight through. The 84 Kerry Moore right now going back down low. Here comes the 83 of Brandon Burkhardt. As you see the fast lane, F83 F150 coming through. Burkhardt fighting back. Moore has got too much problems. The 84 is going to pit road. I gotta believe a bit of it is due to the tires. A bit of it is due to the fuel run. 13 laps remaining now. This is now an all-out slugfest to get any kind of position you can. Sturgill, Reynolds, and Burkhardt having a little fun with it. McClenny with such a predominant lead. Maybe locked in. We don't know yet. Entering in the 3 and 4 though. It's Sturgill who is now being passed up. He told everyone earlier, you shall not pass. Well, now his magic has worn thin and his line of work may have shrugged off, and these guys do not care for the rest. They are moving the chains on him. Pit stops aplenty now. As you see the 83 and Sturgill going in. Burkhardt and Coate and Sturgill have entered in pit road. Aaron Jackson now going to take the race lead. Cade McClenny maybe not strategizing as well as maybe he was hoping for. And that's exactly, I think, what Ricky Utting in the number 2 is kind of looking in and counting on. Jackson's in pit road now. I'm not really sure how far we've gone in pit road territory, but I have a feeling it's pretty solid at the moment. Ricky Utting is now closing in on the gap. Justin Reynolds, the 94, on lap 44, went into pit road. The latest driver right now from pit road is Bud Shearer and Ricky Utting. Both guys were on lap number 60. 61 for Samuel Harrell. It looks like they're playing a fuel mileage strategy here. Reynolds and Prince eventually will have to admit defeat. They've got 10 to 9 laps to go now. I'm not sure this is a smart move. Keith Prince is in pit road as well. So his time of reckoning has come to be. Ricky Utting trying, and I mean trying to get it going here. We went from battling for positions and racing it out the old-fashioned way to now it being a race to the finish for fuel. Here we go now. 3 wide on the back half. Shearer mixing it up with Moore. Ezell stuck on the top side. He had nothing he could do about it. And Bud Shearer has now moved to 3rd place. Question is, who makes the mistake and who gives the opening? Is Reynolds, in a timely enough manner, able to hold on? Does he have enough fuel window? It's hard to tell, and it's really hard to figure out for sure. He's pushing his luck, and he's pushing to the limits here, that's for certain. You don't hear him clutching. There is no clutch going on the 94, so that tells me one thing. He has enough in his mind. Okay, McClenny trying to hustle back to get it into the top 5 right now. The 05 playing a strong strategy and a good role here, but sadly it wasn't able to look into the future eyeglass and the future crystal ball and see that he was going to have to deal with a fuel run rather than an actual race run. Ryan D. Cook, well, I'm not sure if you fired your spotter already yet or not, bud, but it looks like you're making your way back in, going for the top 10, but still a lap down at the moment. Justin Reynolds is in pit road. We have a new leader. Ricky Udding has taken control. Reynolds tried everything he could, but it wasn't enough time. Udding has got enough laps, judging by our fuel mileage calculator. But does he have enough time? 5 laps to go. Doug Gazelle right now getting sharp-handed and taken for a bit of a battle between him and Burkhart. But here in the 93, going for broke, going for it all. He got around Ezel. Ezel now going back low. He's going to look for the opening. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to pit road. There is going to be a time delay for the 67. Not enough time to get back into it. Ricky Udding is all alone. Bud Shear trying to catch him. If we can finish this one under green, Udding would have mastered the strategies and made everyone rethink this one. The calculations were not properly set for the rest of the guys, or they just didn't care and they were hoping for a caution. Off the distance in corner number 4. Green flag will pop in the air next time by. We've got 3 to go. And Samuel Harrell. Remember earlier on, we talked about him earlier. He went into pit road really, really early, I thought. I did not even think about that fuel mileage run. He's now starting to make a monkey out of us as he's going into the 3rd spot looking for Shearer. We are down now to 2 laps remaining. Ricky Udding looking to clear the gap and clear his name to victory lane. Our Charger right now is the 83 of Brandon Burkhart with 14 spots up. Udding seemed to look a little bit slow down there. Got passed by Aaron Jackson. Jackson back on the lead lap in the 7th spot. Just 1 more lap remains. Green flag goes, white flag this time on by for Ricky Udding. 1 more to go. Can he hang on? Samuel Harrell trying to get to Bud Shearer if he can here. He's got a grip and a field good position. Now just has to work around lap traffic. Ricky Udding though, entering into the final corners of a turn number 3 and then down into turn number 4. The Pepsi Cola number 2 Toyota Tundra. As long as he can bring it to the end, he will indeed. Ricky Udding wins it at Nashville. Final lap down the crack here for Bud Shearer and Samuel Harrell. It will go to Bud Shearer. That will be a 2nd place finish and a 3rd place position for them. But for one man on the town, this one has got to be. All right, he won't forget for quite some time. The Music City winner today here in Nashville. Give it to the number 2, Ricky Udding. Pulls one off. He's taking one home to Grand Rapids, Michigan tonight. And gets a little love from the 83 of Burkhart. Wow. What a race. What a battle here, race fans. An absolute climactic sequence of events. Everybody putting up their numbers and putting on their showcases. Speed today wasn't enough. It was all about holding on to the edge of this one. And Ricky Utting was on the edge of his seat, playing the music loud and hanging on for the end. He wins it here at Nashville Superspeedway in Lebanon, Tennessee. But give it for Bud Shearer and Samuel Harrell. An impressive last lap battle, still hanging on for second and third. Gabe McClenny somehow manages to drive back to fourth. Kerry Moore goes fifth. Aaron Action Jackson sixth. Seventh to Justin Reynolds. Eighth will go to Cody Sturgill. Ninth to Brandon Burkhart. And Chad Adams will take home a 10th place position for his troubles to round out the top 10. Rest of your finishers on your screen as well here, folks. We'll take a look at them. Some names in there, kind of shocked to see. Rocked out, Daxton Stokes, though. Really, the name on there, I think a lot of people were not expecting to get knocked out so easily, but a blown motor, you couldn't really do much about it, and it cost him today. Well, race fans, that will all but do it for your coverage today here on the Wednesday night edition for GOAT Racing League. As the sun has faded off, the night skates away. The race has been completed. We thank you for coming on board. We thank you for your time. Remember, tomorrow night, the Pit Stall Racing Series returns, and that means one thing's for sure. Things will get tricky. See you tomorrow.